Oh my God. Okay, guys, let's dive right in. Since we were talking about album covers and I mentioned Tupac, I thought, hey, might as well just throw him in there in the mix, right? So here we got, this is my story. Tupac Resurrection. Nice title for a movie and an album, right? Now, why would anybody do an album like this? And of course, the first song on the album, which goes along with the movie, just so happens to be Ghost. And in Tupac's Ghost video, if you've ever seen it, towards the end, we see him drop down and walk away in the cemetery from his own grave, right? And if you've ever listened to Tupac's music, he's a rapper. A lot of his music, if you listen to the lyrics, it's like, what if I died and came back? And things like that, okay? Now the next song on here is Death Around the Corner. We got The Secrets of War, Holler If You Hear Me, Thug Life, Panther Power. Doesn't Michael Jackson have a Black Panther in one of his videos? And the list goes on here. There's nothing particularly interesting on the cover of this album. But as I said, the Michael album had plenty to show. And speaking of which, since we're on the topic of album covers, I thought we'd revisit this one. Now this one is an oldie but goodie. And as you can see, the title is Forever Michael. Now, I don't know how closely you've been following along in the Death Hoax, but Michael Forever was the name of the tour, concert, whatever you want to call it, that they had over in Cardiff, Wales. So what he did basically was reverse the name of his album for Forever Michael to Michael Forever. And one of the songs on this album is We're Almost There, as in we're almost done with this Death Hoax. And to tie it all in with Cardiff, Wales, of course, you know, everybody was like, why are they having this thing in Cardiff? Why are they having it over in another country? We live in the United States. What about his fans here? Well, the whole thing was done just as a setup to tip us off with the word, one key word was Cardiff. Now in Cardiff, New York, because remember I told you there's two of everything. All right, in Cardiff, New York, in 1869, there was a really strange thing that happened there. Somebody thought it would be a great prank, here we go with pranks again, to make a gigantic human being. They carved it out of wood and they buried it. And they made sure that when they unearthed the dirt, that lots of people were there to see this thing, right? So the whole thing was a giant hoax, and the reason why they had the concert, anniversary concert over in Cardiff, Wales, was to tip us off that the whole thing was a hoax. And of course, we have an interesting date, which was October 8th, right? And what does October 8th tie in with? Of course, there's two of everything. That was the same date that Elvis Presley had his 40th anniversary concert, for which Michael had attended with Lisa Marie Presley, because at that time they were kind of hanging out and seeing each other, right? Interesting. Of course, if you watched Lisa Marie Presley on Oprah, she said she was going to talk about Michael for the last time, and Oprah's like, whoa, like, don't you think it's just so weird that everything that happened to your father also happened to your husband too? What about that? And the place that's on 1000 Carrollwood Drive just happens to be right across the street from Elvis's place. Yes, Elvis had a place there. And Lisa Marie Presley said her mom told her that there was a place Elvis had right across the street from Michael's last address where he allegedly died. Okay. The plot just thickens. It gets better and better and better. Anyway, to make a long story short, Lisa Marie told Oprah that when she was married to Michael, he used to ask her a lot of questions about her father's death. Not so much about his music or touring or any of the inside tips he could have gotten to make himself more famous. He was more interested in how her father died. Now, I guess she didn't know at the time the reason why he was gathering information is because he had plans of his own to fake his death. And you know how Michael is, if you're going to learn something, you learn from the best. That's what he did with things like the moonwalk. He wasn't the first to do the moonwalk. He learned that from some dancers, and he practiced and perfected it as his own. And when he had premiered it, a lot of people just had never seen anything like that before. So it became Michael's signature dance, even though it wasn't particularly his. And of course, he's done that over the years. And he's a good singer, and he's a good dancer, so he can make anything his own, copying from somebody else. So, yeah, was the leopard change its spots? Of course not. So that's pretty much what he did. So anyway, Forever Michael, Michael Forever. Here we go with the album covers. So these are one of the things that he's used to give us messages, right? And of course we have the other album cover, the Michael album cover, and on that I was trying to tell you there was a bubble of Prince. So let me see if I can find the Michael album. Put Michael album, Prince symbol. All right, let's see what do we got here. Oh, well, that's not the Prince. Oh, okay, there it is. Top corner. This is in the Michael mural on the Michael album, and you can clearly see that's Prince in a bubble. Now, here's where it gets real interesting. I don't know if you know that Prince allegedly died on April 21st, right? And something really strange happened the day before. Michael Jackson's daughter, Paris, decided to dye her hair purple. And she has a little tattoo, because the girl's been gathering tattoos, had a Prince symbol on her hand. So she had a Prince symbol on her hand and her hair dyed purple. And all of this, she happened to be photographed the day before Prince died. And where was Prince found when he was dead? In an elevator? By an elevator? Prince, the person who sang "Don't Let the Elevator Bring You Down" and told his buddy, one of his buddies, that that's what the elevator meant. It was the devil bringing you down to your death. And all of a sudden he ends up where? Dead in or by an elevator? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? So only thing you can say now is, what the flying patootie is going on here? Obviously something's going on. There's nothing that's a coincidence. Oh, look at that. Prince and Michael Jackson in purple. Wonder how that happened. Yeah, somebody doing some drawings and linking the two together. And of course, recently I've seen something about they're having a rivalry. And then I also heard that when Prince heard Michael Jackson had died, he had locked himself away in a room by himself for like 4 days. Now, if he's supposed to be your rival and you hate him so much and called him Camille, had a box of stuff of Michael's pictures and whatever, and when Michael came over, he called him Camille, and had this box. That was the name he had on there. Why would he call Michael Jackson Camille? What the heck is that about? Anyway, guys, the plot thickens. And let me tell you, it's October. And strange things happen to me in October. I get powers. I'm very intuitive. And don't be surprised if I bring you something else real quick and fast. I got a lot of things on my mind right now. I have been working on that video. I swear to God I have. I'm going to show you right now. There it is on the demo reel. But I don't want you to see it, because that'll spoil the surprise. So let's put that back down. But yeah, it's coming. Maybe sooner than later, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. And as I said, I will be revealing Bam's Day. Okay? And one thing I can tell you, it's going to be quick because Bam's Day is coming soon. And when I say soon, I mean soon. By the light of the silvery I want to crew. Anyway, I hope you're watching this honeymoon. Will be a shining in June. What am I singing? What am I bringing to you? Oh, look. Tupac Resurrection. Hanging on a cross like God. Ooh, Prince just flashed by. What the? Anyway, you know what? We should pull up Tupac's Ghost video, and I'll tell you, if you haven't seen it, it ain't nothing like Michael Jackson's, but I don't think they would block me if I did play it for you. Can I find it? And then we had a hologram. Now, Tupac had a hologram. Michael Jackson had a hologram. At the Billboard thing, we heard rumors of a hologram of Whitney Houston, rumors of a hologram of Elvis. The Elvis one did not pan out. I don't know if it ever will or if that was just talk, but everything is connected, guys. You better believe it's connected. So, I am going to put this down as part 3. Don't be surprised if there's a part 4. I've got like a million irons in the fire, and when I'm telling you, I'm serious. I'm not stringing you along. This stuff is serious as a heart attack, and when I go looking for something else, that's when I find something else. But the weird thing is, today when I woke up, I had elevator in my head, and I'm like, okay. So when I got on YouTube, that's what I looked for. And guess what popped up? But that's kind of how my life is. You know, I get these things in my head. I don't know where they come from. I do read tarot cards and things like that. So, yeah, I've got the gift, and I kind of shun it because it's always been a little scary for me. I'll tell you right now, one thing that's really scary is this apartment. It's supposed to be my new home, and real late at night, I hear things in the kitchen. Can't figure out what the hell that is. But, yeah, things rattling and bumping in the night. It's like, oops. And I ain't talking about almost because it's Halloween. I'm talking regular basis, like every night. And it's driving me crazy. So, you know, it is what it is. But expect my big one coming in a matter of days, maybe hours, if I can finish it up. But I may have another short impromptu video for you now, because I'm primed and ready. I just have this feeling. Whenever I get that feeling, that's when something weird happens. I find something that's like, ooh, eureka. All right, guys, I'm out. Adios.